A massive winter storm is about to slam into the United States, and 70 million Americans are in its path. Right now, at this very moment, tornadoes are tearing through the southeast, but that is just the beginning. In the next 72 hours, everything changes. What if I told you that some cities will see 8 feet of snow while others break heat records on the same day? That is not science fiction. That is your weather forecast for this week. Here is what is coming. 2 back-to-back winter storms, record-breaking temperature swings, and a weather pattern so extreme, meteorologists are calling it unprecedented for mid-February. But first, let me tell you about the immediate danger happening right now across Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. Damaging winds over 60 miles per hour, tornadoes touching down, and the Daytona 500 race is directly in the storm's path. This is not a drill. This is happening as you watch this video, and here is your first reward for watching. At exactly 30 seconds, I am giving you the 3 cities that will get hit the hardest this week. Are you ready? Minneapolis, 8 inches of snow. Boston, possible ice storm causing power outages. And Los Angeles, yes, you heard that right. Los Angeles has a tornado warning tomorrow. When was the last time you heard that? Now, why should you care about this even if you do not live in these cities? Because this storm system is so massive, it will affect weather patterns for the next 2 weeks across the entire country. Your city is next. Let me break down the timeline hour by hour because timing is everything with this storm. Today, Sunday, February 16th, between now and 7 p.m. Eastern Time, severe thunderstorms will race across the southeast. We are talking about a line of storms stretching 300 miles. By 5 p.m., this line hits Savannah and Jacksonville. The storms will pack winds strong enough to flip cars, hail the size of golf balls, and embedded tornadoes that can form with just 2 minutes warning. Here is something crazy. While people in Florida are running from tornadoes today, people in Montana are dealing with temperatures 40 degrees below zero. That is an 80-degree temperature difference across the same country on the same day. By 7 p.m. tonight, the storm line reaches Orlando, Tampa, and Daytona Beach. The Daytona 500 should finish just before the worst hits. But if you are attending, do not leave the stadium immediately after the race. Wait 30 minutes. That could save your life. Overnight. Sunday into Monday morning, the storm pushes south toward Miami and then weakens. By Monday morning at 8 a.m., the East Coast clears out. You will wake up to sunshine. But do not be fooled. This is the calm before the real chaos. Monday afternoon brings something extremely rare, a tornado risk in California. Not just any tornado risk, a 2% tornado probability covering Los Angeles, San Diego, and San Francisco. The last time Los Angeles had a tornado warning was 2017. Before that, 1983. This is a once-in-a-decade event. But tornadoes are not the only threat on the West Coast. Monday will dump historic rainfall. 5 to 8 inches in 24 hours along coastal California. That is more rain than some cities get in 6 months. Mudslides are inevitable, especially in areas that burned during recent wildfires. And then there is the snow. Oh, the snow. Monday into Tuesday, the Sierra Nevada mountains will see 5 to 8 feet of fresh powder. Yes, you heard that correctly. 8 feet. That is taller than most people. Ski resorts are about to have the best conditions of the entire season. But here is the twist nobody is talking about. This same storm system will trigger a chain reaction that creates 2 more massive winter storms. By Tuesday, February 18th, high winds slam the central and northern plains, wind gusts reaching 70 miles per hour in Kansas and Nebraska. These are not normal winds. These are winds that can overturn semi-trucks on highways. If you are traveling through this region Tuesday, delay your trip. Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, the storm crosses the Rockies and something fascinating happens. The storm splits into 2 separate systems. Think of it like a cell dividing. One piece continues northwest, affecting North Dakota and Minnesota. The other piece drops southeast and intensifies over the Great Lakes. Wednesday, February 19th, heavy snow begins across North Dakota, northern Minnesota, and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Snow rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour. That is snow falling so fast, plows cannot keep up. By Wednesday evening, this expands into Vermont, upstate New York, and New Hampshire. Here is the number you need to remember. 4 to 8 inches. That is the expected snowfall across the Northeast between Wednesday night and Thursday morning. Schools will close. Flights will cancel. Highways will shut down. But wait, Remember I said there were two storms? The second one arrives Thursday. Late Wednesday night, another burst of energy crosses the Rockies. This one is different. This one has more moisture. This one could impact tens of millions more people. Thursday, February 20th, scattered thunderstorms develop from Illinois all the way to the Carolinas. On the backside of this system, heavier snow falls across Minnesota and the Dakotas. Cities like Chicago sit right on the boundary line. Will Chicago get rain? Will it get snow? Will it get both? Right now, models show 1 to 2 inches of snow for Chicago. But this could easily change to 4 to 6 inches if the storm tracks just 50 miles further south. Comment below where you live and I will give you a personalized forecast in the replies. Seriously, drop your city name right now. Friday, February 21st, the storm system continues pushing east. More moisture crosses the Rockies. This sets up a potential severe weather outbreak across the Tennessee Valley and southeast. We could see strong thunderstorms, possibly severe, affecting Nashville, Memphis, and Atlanta by Friday afternoon. Meanwhile, snow continues across the Great Lakes region through Saturday morning. Light accumulations, maybe another inch or two, but it keeps roads dangerous through the weekend. Now here is something that will blow your mind. While all this snow and ice hammers the northern states, the southern plains will experience record-breaking heat. Monday through Wednesday, temperatures will soar 25 to 35 degrees above average. Cities like Wichita Falls, Texas could hit 85 degrees. In February, that is warmer than many places see in May. Tuesday and Wednesday are the peak of this heat wave. Some areas from Texas to Minnesota will be 40 degrees above normal. 40 degrees, that means places that should be at 30 degrees will hit 70 degrees. Why does this matter? Because this extreme temperature contrast is what is fueling these violent storms. When very cold air meets very warm air, the atmosphere becomes unstable. That instability creates tornadoes, damaging winds, and explosive thunderstorm development. But this heat will not last. By Thursday and Friday, temperatures start dropping. And then, beginning of next week, late February around the 24th or 25th, an Arctic blast could plunge south. Some models show below average temperatures spreading across the entire eastern half of the country. Let me give you the 7 to 10 day snowfall totals. Upper Midwest, widespread 3 to 7 inches. Vermont, upstate New York, New Hampshire, 4 to 8 inches. Chicago area, 1 to 2 inches, but could jump to 4 to 6 depending on storm track. Sierra Nevada and Cascade Mountains, 5 to 8 feet total. For outdoor February events across America, here is what you need to know. President's Day weekend faces major disruptions across the Midwest and Northeast. Wednesday through Friday, Great Lakes region events should have backup indoor plans. Southeast events Thursday and Friday face severe weather threats. Here's what I promised you at the beginning. At minute 5, I would tell you the single most important thing you need to do to prepare. Here it is. Make sure you have 3 days of supplies, not just food and water. Make sure your phone is charged. Make sure your car has gas. Make sure you know where your flashlight is. Because whether you are facing snow, ice, tornadoes, or flooding rain, the common factor is potential power outages. Over the past 24 hours, multiple tornadoes touched down in Mississippi while people slept. Overnight tornadoes are the deadliest. That is why weather radios save lives. The timeline I gave you is based on current data, but models shift. A storm aimed at Chicago could suddenly track toward Detroit. Check back tomorrow for updates. Tomorrow's video will have extreme detail about Chicago area snow potential with 3 different scenarios. I will have updated snowfall maps for every major city in the Northeast. Plus, I am tracking that potential Arctic blast for late February. This is the most active February pattern in years. 2 winter storms in 1 week, record heat and record cold in the same week. Severe weather on both coasts within 24 hours. One more thing before we wrap up. The severe weather risk tomorrow on the West Coast is something I want you to pay very close attention to. Los Angeles does not get tornado warnings often. When they do, people do not always know how to react. If you live in Southern California and you see a tornado warning tomorrow, take it seriously. Get to the lowest floor of your building. Stay away from windows. This is real. And for everyone dealing with snow and ice this week, remember that black ice forms when temperatures hover right around 32 degrees. That is the most dangerous driving condition. Slower than you think is appropriate. Leave extra space between cars. And if your area gets ice, just stay home if possible. The next 7 days will be intense across multiple regions of the United States. But you are prepared now because you watched this video. You know what is coming. You know when it is coming, and you know what to do about it. Comment your city below for a personalized forecast. Subscribe because tomorrow's video will have major updates on all of this. And stay safe out there. The most important weather week of February starts